If you want to manifest long-term results and manifest commitment with your person, or if you just want to get long-term results in anything in your life with your manifestation, you're going to find that the ultimate outcome and results of your manifestation are going to be as shallow as the technique that you used to get it. Okay, so there's two different ways to manifest. And there's one way for you to make sure that you're getting those long-term, committed, lasting results that are satisfying to you and representative of your end and of your dreams. So I'm going to explain this in this video. So make sure you're watching all the way until the end so that you understand this, because there's all different, there's many, many different teachings out there on manifesting, and a lot of them do work. But if you feel like you make some progress and then it all comes crashing down, or if you feel like you have amassed so much in your life, but you've lost it all, this happens pretty frequently. Or if you feel like you manifest things, but they're not satisfying to you, this is the video for you. Okay, this is about those long-term results, that long-term commitment. And to be honest, I'm teaching you guys how to manifest anything that you want. Manifesting is manifesting. Manifesting teachings are manifesting teachings. But we can apply that, and I can show you how to apply that, and I will in this video, to a specific person, to marriage, proposal, commitment, long-term commitment. And some of you guys have commitments, but you're still not getting the satisfying results that you want. So we're going to cover all of that in this video. So But I did want to cover, because I get a lot of people asking me to make videos about, I don't know, bodily conditions, weight loss, money. I teach all of these things, right? What I'm teaching you is going to, if you learn the manifesting the way I am teaching it to you, you can apply it to anything, right? I'm going to show you how to apply it to a person in this video. So, all right, there's two ways of manifesting. And as you know, we learn as we go through life, right? We raise our awareness. We raise our awareness to the things that we want, to our true desires versus desires of the ego. So when you think that you want something and then later you change your mind, wasn't a true desire. Or you were putting importance on something that was like the object, or like it wasn't the real vibrational point, right? So we have our true desires are made up of energy, vibration, intention, purpose, right? Like things that are really, really meaningful to you on a feeling-based, quality-based, vibrational-based level. Vibration is just your perspective, okay? It is your unique perspective on how you experience life, whether in this body or in your soul level, soul-based, God state awareness, right? That vibrational perspective on existence and on your existence, your position on existence and everything that you perceive, it's all there. So sometimes, from a lower level of awareness, and it's not about being better or worse, right? It's about growth, learning, being aware, right? It's about peeling back the layers and realizing who you truly are, what you really want, what's really important to you. So sometimes we set our sights on something because from our level of awareness, we think like a person, right? We think that that thing is going to fulfill this feeling that we want to fulfill within us. And then we either strive to obtain the thing and it's not working, which means there's some disconnect between what you think that you want and need and the true need that you need to be aware of and aware of so that you can fulfill it, right? Change your vibration, all those things to get the true desire out of it. So sometimes we can set our sights on something and we think we need that thing that we see with our eyes. And we're sort of neglecting what we're feeling in the process. And this is a state of lack, right? So you chase the thing, you want the thing, and you either never get the thing, right? So you settle for something else, or you just feel like you are eternally not getting what you want, or you get the things. A lot of people, they manifest and they get the things, they get the things. But because you obtained it from like a state of awareness that was kind of egoic and superficial, it's either completely unsatisfying to you and you start realizing that, or you'll see that things are very up and down in your life and in your level of satisfaction in the results that you're manifesting, or it just all comes crashing down. right? So a lot of people experience that too. And so these are all indicators of, hey, like there's two different ways to manifest. Yeah, you can obtain things, you can't have a perspective. Like you can't exist without manifesting. Like you're always manifesting. So that just happens, right? But now we're talking about obtaining true satisfaction and truly obtaining like the core essence of what you're really after. And relationships really highlight this for us because it's a very feeling experience, a relationship. This is like a very deep feeling experience that allows you to um, go much deeper than maybe the desire for some other manifestation. So this is a very important thing because sometimes you need that desire for a love relationship, that connection, um, in order to get in touch with some of these things that are needed in order to understand what the heck is vibration and what is the source of satisfaction and what's this energy that we use to manifest with, right? Because some people, two ways to manifest. Some people manifest purely at the level of mind and ego. And when I say ego, I just mean it's not really the core of the truth, right? So the ego is the part of you that thinks, right? But it's thinking on the wavelength of illusion and circumstance. It's following the path of circumstance, being caught up in the circumstances. This is where worry comes in, and this is where I need it comes in, and lack comes in, and thinking that you're after a thing instead of realizing that you're really after a state of being. And so sometimes we can bang affirmations in there, and stand on our heads and try to manipulate or manifest things into place from an egoic perspective of like, I need it and I can have it. I need it and I can have it. Okay, you need it and you can have it, or you want it and you can have it, or assuming that you have it, right, from like a more ego mind-based place. And this is where it gets interesting, because if you've like manifested a person, or you're trying to manifest a person from this place, this place of ego, this mental body place that is more illusion based, right? And not really soulfully based or God state based. At some point, that's the satisfaction that comes with the attainment of that, let's say, person, right? Or thing. That satisfaction is going to be short-lived, right? So a lot of people are experiencing this, and I get a lot of questions about how to make it last. What do you do once you get it? But this isn't just about making it last. It's also about attainment as well, right? So you can use the shift from manifesting from a purely ego-based, like surface level state of awareness. You can manifest something initially from a more in touch, in tune, truthfully, uh, truth-based, soul-based, God state place, right? And then you don't really have to go through all of that back and forth and realizing what's wrong, what am I doing wrong, right? So what you want to do is, it's really important to no longer be blinded by what you think that you want on a surface level. And you want to look at why you're wanting the things on the surface level that you're wanting. And this can be a little bit difficult to understand initially. It can be, but a lot of you have already been experiencing these things and you're looking specifically for this information. So, for instance, let's say this. Let's say you know what you want. You know what you want in a person, in a relationship. But let's say that you settle. You settle because from the ego-based mental space, mind, and settling can mean not manifesting anything at all because you don't believe in it. Settling is not believing. It's the same thing. So somewhere in yourself, you will know that you have settled, and here's how. Because when you manifest from the more ego-based place that just seeks, maybe security, maybe comfort, maybe some sort of superficial satisfaction or temporary satisfaction, right? You just kind of wanted to put the situation into place. I want the situation. I want the satisfaction of knowing that I have this person wrapped around my finger, knowing that he's eating out of the palm of my hand. I want the satisfaction of knowing that he's obsessed. I want to feel secure in that, right? I want to feel secure in myself, or I want, the stability in my life, or I want the money in my life, or whatever it is that they bring to you, some sort of comfort internally or externally. But that doesn't necessarily mean that what you have manifested is a true representation of your true desire. This is something that will surface after you've manifested the thing. And this is when questions will arise. Well, how do I get this situation back the way that it was? And the question is not, how do I get the situation back where it was? And the question is also not, how do I get the situation to be what I want the situation to be? All of that is circumstantially based, superficial intentions that are ego level of thinking, which is not truth. I'm not saying ego is bad. I'm just saying that it's not fully encapsulating the truth when you're thinking on that level, because the truth can only be felt. But sometimes we navigate an ego to either avoid feelings or to be consumed by them, This is why I say that, if you want to manifest the right way, in a way that's going to manifest long-term committed results for you, you actually have to be in tune with and believing in what you really, really want. And this can only happen when you're in tune with what you really are feeling, the quality of what you're feeling. And you have to not be afraid of not having what you want, because when you're afraid of not having what you want, that's when you say, you know what, I'll settle for a situationship, or I'll settle for, something that, I'll ignore that thing that tells me that this is not exactly right. Because you can't manifest a situation and be inside a situation that, from a higher level of awareness, if you hone that, right, that is not really representative of your true desire, and stay aligned with that. You can't stay aligned with something that is really not actually what you want. And so for some of you, you really, really believe that this is the person. And I'm not saying that it's not either. I'm not saying that you can't have your person. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm saying you have to be able to look beyond the level of needing a thing and being afraid of not having it, in order to know if this is what you really want, and then get in touch with the energy of what you really want, which is your end. And when you get in touch with your end, when you get in touch with the energy of what you really, really want, from a space of believing it, instead of being in a space of being afraid of not having it, this is what allows you to connect with that energy so powerfully that all by yourself that circumstances don't matter. That comes automatically when you're in tune with your end, because you're allowing yourself to actually entertain that from a God state, soul-based level, instead of operating from this ego place that is just trying to put things together out of fear so that I don't miss out. Total FOMO, you know? And so, in order to even see that, there is this level of detachment from the mind, from what the ego thinks that it needs, in order to even see, is this truly a representation of what I really want? Is this really aligned with me? And I'll be the first to tell you that I've manifested things in relationships that were just what I wanted to get in the moment. I was like, this other thing is too hard. This other thing is being really hard, and I just want to manifest a thing, right? Manifest a situation. I just want to feel better in this way, or I just need to feel better in that way. And sometimes that's a good ladder. That's a good step, right? You gotta do what you can do. But when you're lying to yourself about that and you're not really aware of it, because you're still operating out of fear and ego, you're missing opportunities to be able to really recognize and look at what I truly want and what I truly need to be able to heal and change and fix within myself or reconstruct within myself in order to grow so that I can get to this place that is empowered and honest and true enough that I can start believing in the having of what I really want again. So we have all kinds of ways that we manifest on a superficial level, an ego-based, bang it into place, just get it, give it to me level, to make ourselves comfortable so that we don't have to grow, so that we don't have to look at, the pain anymore. Because, people interpret pain as pain, as suffering, as a brick wall, as I'm not good enough, right? All of those things can really push down on you and make you feel like there's an actual reason for you not having what you want and it's because you don't deserve it or something like that, right? It basically comes down to this feeling of inability to have this unworthiness, right? You're not realizing your value. So the ego plays and the ego says, I can give myself a sense of value. I can give myself a sense of belonging. I can give myself a sense of security. And I don't got to change shit for that. I'll just bang it into place. And I might settle a little bit, but I'm really getting what I want. And so there's these two ways, there's these two ways to manifest. Um, it's not bad. However, like we've all done this. We've all manifested things from all different states of being. But once you get it, or once you realize that there's a problem, right? That's like, okay, why am I not getting this? And why does it seem to be slipping away? Or why have I gotten it and I'm still not satisfied? Be brave enough. Be brave enough to look and see what you really, really want. And is this a representation of what you want from like a soul level, a true desire? Or is this something that you're banging into place to make yourself feel more comfortable? Because you're afraid of changing and you don't know how, or it all feels very overbearing to you. And this is why we really do need continual reinforcement, continual education, support, to put ourselves around influences that are going to help us realize all of these things and lift ourselves up and take us higher. All of that kind of stuff, right? That continual reinforcement, education, support, influence, super duper important in a world based on manifesting and momentum, influence, manifesting, momentum, it's all the same. Are you willing to manifest from an honest place? Are you willing to look at, oh, why do I feel like I'm not going to get this thing? Why do I feel like I don't deserve this thing? Look at the vibration. Don't do it with your mind. The mind wants to bang it into place. I'm just going to convince myself that I believe it. I'm going to fake it till I make it. I'm going to bang these affirmations in there. I'm going to do all the things. I'm going to do every practice. I'm going to do it 365 times. It'll work. You can make it work. But you can't make something your true desire that is not. And I'm going to say it again, what I said in the beginning, the ultimate quality of the manifestation, the manifestational results that you get from your manifesting outcome is going to be equal to or as shallow as the technique that you used to manifest it in the first place. So instead of letting the ego bang things into place for you and being in a place of perpetual unsatisfaction, fear, and just dealing with the same issues over and over, it's kind of like this hamster wheel cycle that we go through. Instead of that, be willing to train yourself out of being run by the human thinking, circumstantially based mechanism, ego, and come down into your higher level of awareness, like a soul level, God state level awareness, where everything is quiet and you're able to feel the truth of, is this representative of my true desire? Or do I just want it because for some other reason I want to be validated or comforted for some other reason? And sometimes you can't really get out of a space of lack. Sometimes you don't really know like how to navigate yourself out of that. But in the same token, it all begins with you deciding to have enough humility to ask, to look, to listen, to be aware, to raise your awareness, to be receptive to further teaching, either coming from the infinite intelligence, where a realization comes to you, or by following the breadcrumb trail of someone who is speaking to you that is having some sort of enlightening awareness opening effect for you. Follow the breadcrumb trail. Ultimately, you have to learn how to manifest from a space of unconditional love. Now, that's very confusing. I won't lie to you. Like, initially, that is so freaking confusing. But I'll tell you where it starts. It's unconditional love actually starts with you learning how to listen to yourself and unconditionally love yourself and give yourself what it is that you need to give yourself that love and support that you're begging for from this other person. Please give this to me because I don't feel good without it. Please give this to me. I really need it. I know that I need this. That's valid. But what you don't realize is that you can give it to yourself. And that sounds so stupid and horrible and awful and cliche. Gosh, Jasmine, just give me a 365 affirmation and call it a fucking day. I know, guys, but I want you to be ultimately satisfied in your committed, happy, fulfilled relationships. And I'm going to fill those gaps where there are questions after you've studied affirmations. So I think that, unconditional love, you want to manifest unconditional love in your relationship with your person, with your partner, right? You want unconditional love in your committed relationship, in your marriage. You want unconditional love on an ongoing basis to share with a person. I'm telling you, you have to find a way to find that vibration first before you can obtain that and manifest that in another person towards you. This is where the ego will not accomplish that for you. Everything that you want your person to give you, you have to really think hard and make it your mission to not figure out like bang it into place, but like allow the reception of the information to come and follow the breadcrumb trail there. You have to allow yourself to figure out, how do I give that to myself? How do I satisfy myself? How do I give myself, like, what would I be getting out of this love? What is it that I feel like I lack, that I need? And you have to figure out what those vibrations of insecurity or, feeling invalidated or unworthy, you have to figure out what those are. And you have to figure out how to change that within you so that you are no longer emanating the need and the lack, so that you're no longer ignoring yourself. You want your specific person to not ignore you. You want your specific person to want to connect with you. You want your specific person to shower you in love, adoration, support, and gifts. Unconditional love, support, connection, communication, gifts. You want them to be there for you, present with all of the parts of their being. You have to learn how to be that present and that connected and that supportive and that loving for yourself. That ends up, and you know that you manifest what you are, not what you want, right? You know that an affirmation cannot achieve this. And if you feel like you're having a hard time applying practices, you're having a hard time envisioning and embodying the thing that you want, these things are in the way. Once you do learn, I'm telling you how to fill in the gap, okay, and get all the commitment and love and support and honor and nourishment and cherishing that you want from your person unconditionally. Once you learn how to look at these gaps within yourself, the gaps of lack that say, I need something that I'm not getting. Once you learn how to fill in those gaps, look at yourself, all of your fears, all the things that you feel like you need, all the things that you feel like are missing, all of your vulnerabilities. You want your person to be vulnerable with you? Look at the places where you are vulnerable. Look at yourself like the way that you'd want them to look at you. with compassionate eyes, with loving, understanding presence, with an interest to know every piece and part and depth of your soul. Do that for yourself. Give yourself what you need. What kind of support and love do I need? Where do I need to put myself so that I can be, so that I can flourish, so that I can feel supported? What can I do and love to love myself, support myself, put myself around loving, supportive influences? How can I do that for myself? And when you are willing to give yourself that love that you want from another person, automatically you're going to fill in those gaps, and automatically you're going to start seeing those things coming from other people, including your person. All of this discombobulation with, the relationships that are up and down, and feeling the battle of feeling the pain. God, I know all the pain. I know what you guys go through. I know I've been through all of it many times. I know it very well. That's why I'm here. All of the pain of everything that they do, just confusing you and making you feel like you're fucking nothing, and not being able to change it for the life of you, not being able to reach this place where, why can't I be loved? All of that will disappear. You're going to find yourself not reacting and responding and interpreting reality in that lackful way anymore, and not even needing them to do anything about it anymore. In fact, you'll find that you're going to be able to see how people love you regardless of their egoic, superficial, action based realities. When you learn how to see yourself from your soul perspective, and appreciate and love and understand and give to yourself and support yourself from a soul based perspective, you're going to be able to give that to others. And this will keep you from interpreting that they dislike you. This will keep you from interpreting that you have no value to them. This will keep you from interpreting anything like any bad reflection on yourself due to their actions or words or whatever they're doing. And you'll stop needing it from them. You know what happens when you stop needing it from them? You become whole, you become unconditional love. And then you can attract that long lasting, satisfying, fulfilling commitment from another person. And you will attract different words, ideal words and actions that you want from them, and commitments that you want from them. And everything can be magical. It can. But in the moments where on the surface level it's not ideal, you will still be able to experience love, because you're going to have a perspective that sees and interprets everything in your life that way. This was a this was very long and in depth, which is wonderful. For those of you who are ready for more advanced teachings and abilities to manifest, comment below and let me know what you understood and took away from this, and if this resonates with your experience. Let me know if this filled in some gaps for you, how this helped you, what you took away from it. Now, I need you to know that I'm not able to completely go into all the teachings here on YouTube. This is just all of these videos are just like I'm really just running through it very quickly, but every single week in my Manifesting University, I have in-depth teachings. So if you're ready for like the more exclusive in-depth content or coaching is in tier 3, join my Manifesting University. The link is in the description below. I have phenomenal content in there. If you think this is good, I got phenomenal content there. I also have on sale right now, one of my courses is called Create Your Modern Day Fairy Tale. You're going to love the prices. I'll put that below as well. If you're still watching this video, that means that you liked it. So make sure that you click that like button, subscribe, hit that bell. And I'm going live 5 days a week. So make sure that you press all when you hit that bell so that you know when I'm going live. I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow.